I work two occupations. I had content marketing at BYJU'S, which is a full-time action-packed job. And I manage ChetChat, which is also a big job by itself. I travel, I read, follow a fitness regimen, and find time with friends and family. Today, I will help you build your own perfect routine and also share with you some of my special time-saving hacks and all those tricks that help me do what I do while remaining calm and happy. So let's get going. Hey everyone, this is Chetna and you're on ChetChat. This video is divided into three parts. First, we are going to create your customized personal calendar for the week. After that, I will give you some of my special time-saving strategies. And finally, we'll talk about the one biggest time waster. And trust me, it's not your phone or social media. If you can guess what it is, write it down. And to find out the truth, stay with me right till the end. Why is it important to control your time? Because time is all we have. और समय की रेत पर बैठकर आप निशान नहीं बना सकते. आपको चलना पड़ेगा. So how about you open your notebook or your calendar or maybe your laptop if that works for you. Basically, have a 7-day calendar in front of you set for a weekly view. Monday to Sunday. Sleep. The first and most important element. Good sleep helps create time. It is a myth that we need to sleep less if we are preparing for an important event. The truth is, if you sleep well, you will be far more energetic during the rest of the day and your output will be much more. Even if you get it in 2 installments, it's fine, as sleep implies rest, and rest to your body, mind and soul. So the first thing to do is to pick your 7.5 hours of sleep every night at the same time, whatever time works for you, and block it off. For me, it's 11:30 p.m. to about 6:45 to 7 a.m. That works best. The next item to think about is food. Staying healthy is the first step to be productive. So go and put your lunch, your breakfast and your dinner timings on your calendar first. Maybe you're doing intermittent fasting. Maybe you like to have your meals with your family. Whatever it is, chalk out 30 to 35 minutes for each meal on your calendar. My breakfast is about 8:45 to 9:15 a.m. Lunch is about 1:30 to 2 p.m. and dinner is about 6:30 to 7 p.m. Done. 2 things now. Try and have your full attention on the meal. Set aside enough time to drink your food. I mean, chew it thoroughly. Also, do not multitask them. Have it with family, friends, but with ease and slow pace. Ruminate literally and mentally. At 3 is exercise, another time enhancer. It need not be 1 hour every day. It could be just 45 minutes on alternate days or whatever works for you. Do you like to exercise in the morning or evening? Tell me in the comment section below. I like to go to the gym in the morning, so I will block off 7:15 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. 4 times a week. I prefer Friday, Saturday, Monday and Wednesday. I carry my own fitness app with me, so I'm not dependent on the instructor's availability. This is my time for myself. And the reason we do it is to get our heart racing, sweat it out, all the toxins and negative energy, purify your body and thoughts. Non-negotiable, isn't it? With sleep, food and exercise slotted in, you will be able to get much more out of your time. Now, before we move on to the 4th big item on our calendar, I would like to give a shout out to Sasmita Studies for leaving this amazing message under my last video. And you know exactly what to do if you want a shout out in my next video. Leave me a comment below with a hashtag ChetChatters. At number 4 is mandatory time blocks. Now add mandatory blocks of time for classes, meetings, tuitions or any such fixed slots. Don't block off the entire day. For example, if you have to reach college at 10 a.m. and your last class ends at 3 p.m., don't block off 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. unless of course you have back-to-back classes. Leave the in-between slots free and we will see how to use them later. Also, be careful. Pick the classes or meetings that are important and will help you meet your goals. Why block huge, intimidating blocks of time when smaller snippets can be more efficient? Remember, divide and rule. At number 5 is tiny time slots. Now the rest of the calendar is available to us. We can divide that into 15-minute slots. And let's do a few thinking exercises before we go about filling that up. 15 minutes? Why? I used to think of my time in hourly slots earlier and then in 30-minute slots. But as I got busier, I found that sometimes what you can achieve in 1 hour, you may be able to do in 15 minutes. Not to miss the quick 5-minute phone calls between meetings, which will save you 1 hour if you did that call without a deadline. Mind and body are extremely adaptable instruments. You ask your mind to achieve it in 15 minutes, it'll find a way to do that. Body and mind both respond to progressive overloading. You are far more powerful than you think. Unleash the power within. Now turn the page of your notebook and write down some of these things. What is the one big goal aside from your mandatory work commitments? Is it that you want to write a book, start a podcast, or do some research? In my case, my weekly Friday video release on ChetChat is that big goal. Identify this big goal and block off at least 4 time slots for this one big goal during the week. Create time for the most important things first. Remember those tiny slots and also the time slots in between classes? Those can provide you with the 4 slots that you need. Let's say you want to learn photography. Then a half an hour time gap between classes or between meetings may be an opportunity for you to pick up your camera. Don't wait for that one free day to make this happen. I write on flights or at night before going to bed, whenever I get a tiny time period free. The next is learning. Take out 1 or 2 hours every week to learn something new or to do something that makes you happy. If you want more time for this, use the weekend. Take early morning classes. I do theatre class on Friday late evening because otherwise I know that slot of time will just go to waste. Think of learning as nutrition or brain food and never ignore the importance of small bite-sized snacks. Remember, if you have to cut a tree in an hour, you should spend the first 45 minutes sharpening the axe. Well, that takes care of 80% of our time allocation. But let's sweat the small stuff. How we spend the balance 20% will make all the difference. I will give you a few strategies from my own experience to fill in this 20% time. Happiness tracking. Try this for a few weeks. I tried this and the results were astounding. I maintain a journal and every 30 minutes I wrote down what I was doing in some detail. Not just tuition or meeting. I would write strategy meeting or physics class or checking social media or talking on the phone or just checking social media. Just write what you are doing at that exact moment. Next, I put a happiness rating against it. How happy did that make me feel on a scale of 1 to 10? I find that spending time with loved ones, exercising, and doing the most meaningful work related to my big job goals gets me closer to a 10. And wasting time on mindless social media or being stuck in traffic takes me closer to a 1. At the end of the week, when I looked at my diary, it gave me 2 things. My time spending pattern and an overall happiness score. I found that most activities that gave me joy were the ones were involving friends and family. Happiness, they say, is only real when shared. Next, I handpicked the activities that made me happy and make sure that they appeared on my calendar week on week. Next, use SMART methods. We've done a lot of content around this earlier, so I'll not detail it here, but you can see some of our videos on how to learn anything fast and easily, how to study smart, not hard, how to work less and achieve more. Basically, pick some smart work or study techniques to achieve more in less time. Next, you're thinking about the best time to work or study. While each person is different, in general, the first hour of the day is the ruler of the day. After all, well begun is half done. Try doing something challenging or analytical first thing in the morning. And perhaps if there's something you want to memorize, then read it just before going to bed at night. Put down some of these slots on your calendar based on the week's goals. The next strategy is to combine tasks, but don't multitask. If something needs your attention, do not multitask. Multitasking is the ability to screw up everything simultaneously, said someone. However, if you're doing something that does not require your full attention, maybe you're driving, then you can listen to an audiobook or a podcast. If you're cooking, maybe you can listen to some music. I go to the gym with friends and put on a podcast or my favorite music. So I socialize, exercise, get some learning or music therapy all at once. Similarly, when I walk, I ask a friend to join me, so I get my social dose along with a gentle stroll. The next strategy is my favorite one, which is the Pomodoro Technique. This is a great time-saving and productivity method. Work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Come back for 25 minutes and then take a longer break. Don't slot long 2-hour sessions on your calendar. Break it up. Get up, take a sip of water, take a short walk, play with your dog, stare at the horizon before coming back for the next session. Use those 25-minute sessions productively a couple of times during the day to get the most important stuff done. Now that you have put most of the stuff on your calendar, just check, does it broadly follow the 8-8-8 rule? 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours for productive work, and 8 hours for everything else. Don't fall for the 16 hours a day fallacy. Productivity is a zero-sum game. 8 hours of full productivity is a lot for one day. There you have it, your personalized, perfect routine to make you the most productive and happy person that you have ever been. And now for the biggest time waster. I know you're thinking that I'm going to say smartphone or social media, but no. The single biggest time waster is a meaningless relationship. They take up all your time and leave you drained of your energy while giving you nothing but regrets in return. If this sounds familiar, time to pluck out meaningless relationships from your life and get on with what you value the most. Happy learning!